So this next question comes from Kalia Harris 1027. He asks, do you think Bayley will turn on Iyo Sky and being jealous because she won WWE Tomorrow Championship at SummerSlam last Saturday? Now, first and foremost, Kalia, I don't know what the WWE Tomorrow Championship is. Is that when you beat the person, you win the belt, and you got to wait one business day for them to FedEx it to your house? Is that what that is? But all jokes aside, I get what you're asking me. You're asking, do I believe Bayley will turn on Iyo Sky out of jealousy since she's the new women's champion? I think the obvious answer is yes, but you guys know me. I don't always like to go the obvious route, but I have an alternative way of booking this. But before we go into that alternative way, let's talk about why saying yes is obvious. So the foundation was already made. The seeds are already planted. Bayley tried to get that Raw Women's Championship off of Bianca Belair several times with the help of Damage Control and couldn't win. She lost every situation, left to right. She's always losing. But on the other side, you see the other members of Damage Control, Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai, they win the championship for tag teams or tag team championship twice, sometimes with the help of Bayley. So Bayley can say, you know what? It's not fair because when you guys helped me out, I couldn't win that championship belt. And remember when they had that conversation with Byron Saxton, Bayley looked really depressed about losing that match losing so many times. So Bayley can say, you guys got in my way. I helped you guys out. And if it wasn't for me, you guys wouldn't even be back because I brought you guys back to the main roster, especially you, Iyo Sky. You wouldn't be holding this belt at all, let alone being here without me. And then we also got to think about the moment where Bayley was talking to Adam Pearce backstage when they're trying to discuss who should be in that triple threat match to get the #1 contendership and face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania Backlash. And she came out and she was talking to Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai, and she's like, hey, I told him if I was the champion, then we should stick together as well during the draft. And one thing Dakota Kai said is that you've had your opportunity. It should be one of us to get into that match. And you guys already know what happened. Iyo Sky got into that match. She eventually faced Bianca Belair at Backlash, and the rest is history. So with all that being said, it makes sense for Bayley to turn on Iyo Sky and to attack her just out of jealousy. But if you know me, I like to go into an alternative direction, and let's talk about that fantasy booking. So what I think should happen, since we got Payback coming back at the beginning of next month, which is September, and we have Fastlane the following month in October, I think we should book this after Payback into Fastlane, okay? So what should happen, is that they should set up a triple threat match before Payback, and whoever wins that triple threat match gets a match against Iyo Sky at Fastlane. And did I say Payback? I meant Fastlane. Okay, at Fastlane, okay? And before this match happens, a few minutes before the match, somehow one of the contestants in that match gets hurt, get injured, gets attacked backstage, and Adam Pearce is frantically running around out of desperation trying to figure out a third member for this match. He runs into Iyo Sky and says, Iyo, I can't figure out a third person for this match. I don't know. In worst case scenario, I may have to put you in this, and this will just have to be a triple threat match for your title. It is what it is. And then Iyo Sky is in the middle of talking to Bayley, and she's like, you know what? We don't have to do that. You could just put Bayley in this match. And Bayley's like, what? You're going to put me in this match? Like, wow, that would be surprising. But what if I win? Then I would have to face you at Fastlane. And Iyo Sky's like, well, I can't think of any other person that's better suited to have this opportunity than my best friend. And we need somebody right now. So you can be a part of this match. So Bayley gets into this match. She wins it, and she has to face Iyo Sky at Fastlane. Now, when they face each other at Fastlane, it's going to be a pretty good match. But at some point in time, Dakota Kai comes in and attacks the both of them viciously. We get that crazy coda that we had in NXT when she was destroying Tegan Nox left and right, when she was attacking people, when she had the feud with Raquel Rodriguez. We get the evil Dakota Kai. And people would ask, like, why would Dakota Kai attack them? Well, we have a couple of reasons. Dakota Kai feels like she's overlooked because when it came to trying to figure out who's going to have that match, that three-way match to go into Backlash if they won, she wasn't picked for that. And then while she's injured, Bayley and Iyo Sky was a part of the Money in the Bank contract match. And then in this situation, Bayley was given another chance at the championship belt. So Dakota Kai's like, dude, Bayley had several chances. I was hurt, and both you guys were in the Money in the Bank contract. So both you guys had a chance at that moment. And obviously, Iyo capitalized on it. And then here, you guys overlooked me. And Bayley's like, we didn't have a chance. We had to say it in a moment. And she's like, but Bayley, you knew where I was. You could have just told me that they needed somebody. You could have had me in there. I haven't had the opportunity yet, and you guys keep overlooking me, and I don't like that. And she can find that as a reason to attack them. And then at Survivor Series, we can have a triple threat match between the three ladies. And I think they should split up this group anyway, but I think the best way to send it off is a really good match at Survivor Series to split these individuals up. And for me, I feel like that's a more interesting route to go as opposed to the obvious. But if it doesn't happen, which 99.9% of the chance that it's not going to happen and they go the obvious route with Bayley attacking people, then that's fine. But I would rather them have something that will showcase Dakota Kai as opposed to it always showcasing Bayley.